everybody, this is Ilana Michelson from ilanamichelson.com, and today I want to talk to you about relationships. I have a few couples that I work with on relationship issues. Now I know this might sound a little bit strange since I myself am not really married yet, but my marriage went south and I want to find out what actually went wrong. And hi there, Lean. Throughout the years, I've gone into all different types of methodologies, books, reading them, and trying to figure out what exactly went wrong. And one of the things that I really figured out that went wrong was that when you're in a relationship, you're both supposed to be 100% committed to working on a relationship. It's not a 50-50, it's a 100-100. That's on the one side. On the other side, you're also supposed to be working 100% on yourself, cleaning up your inner stuff, because everything that happens within the relationship, every time there is a bad interaction, what really happens is each of you go into your own trance. Hi there, Barbara. And as you go into your own trance, you start reacting from that place where that trance began. So if that trance began when you were 3 years old, to a certain extent you start acting like you're 3 years old because your unconscious mind doesn't know the difference between now and then. And the moment it gets triggered in the same way, it thinks you're 3 years old again. So when you are working on a relationship, you have to, number one, both be working 100% on yourselves, cleaning up your own crap from your childhood and from your past that's holding you in. And you have to be working together 100%, both of you, not 50%, 50%, but 100%, 100%, in order to get the best possible interaction between the two of you, to be able to learn how to stop yourself when you get into a place where you don't want to be, and know how to get yourself out of that place. You can go back to the loving place that you really want to be. And the reason why in my program that I have, I make it so that it's an 8-week program and you meet 3 times a week. But once it's a couple therapy, once it's for him, and once it's for her. And that gives place for each person to be able to work out their own stuff, and for them to work together as a couple to figure out how to change the interactions that's going on between them that's not working out well. And a lot of these clients kind of say, what do we need so much for? Let's just do it less time. I don't have the time for all this. And then they come back to me 2-3 weeks later and they're like, everything's going south. What's going on over here? And this type of work is the same as every other type of inner work that you do. It's consistency. The more consistent you are at doing it, the more you work on it on a day-to-day basis, the more you work at it at the beginning, the less you have to work on it afterwards. And not just less you have to work on it afterwards, it becomes second nature afterwards. You're creating new habits, new neural pathways, and these neural pathways and habits are creating a better place for your relationship to be, a better way for the two of you to relate to each other, a way that you can relate to each other in a loving way that you actually loved each other at the beginning and that you got married for or got together for in the beginning. And that's what we all want. We want that loving relationship. We want that relationship where we feel the passion, where we feel the loving from the other person. But it comes just like that. But to keep it up, you have to work at it. And the work is not work when you enjoy it. It's not work when you love it. It's not work when you're doing it with someone that you really love. So if you're going to be working on your relationship, remember, it's 100% and 100%, and it's all the time. But at the same time as it's 100%, 100%, and all the time, it becomes easier and easier and faster because it's second nature. You don't think about it anymore. You just do it naturally because that's the type of relationship you've built up that you want. So those are my words of wisdom today. If you have any questions you'd like to ask about relationships, I'm more than happy to answer it. So please write them down below. If you're in a loving relationship, tell me about that too, and tell me what's your secret, because I'd love to know that as well. And if you want me to address a specific problem, tell me that as well. Write it down below over there. I'd love to hear it. And aside from that, if you haven't yet done it, give a like down below, press the subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube, and press the bell notification, because YouTube does this funny thing that if you just press the subscribe but not the bell notification, you won't be notified if I put out another video. And if you don't want to miss the video, press the bell notification. Thanks for watching it. I'm glad everyone is over here. And once again, if you have any questions, if you have anything you'd like to tell me, if you have a great relationship you'd like to tell me about, I love to hear about good relationships. It brings up my spirits, knowing that it's actually possible. And I know that it's possible, but hearing more and more stories like that make me believe in it more and make me happier. So I'd love to hear about your good relationships. And if you're having any problems in relationships, I'd love to hear about that too, so that I can maybe help you work on it, or, figure out ways of how to do it and maybe bring it over here on the Facebook Live. So have a great weekend. Have a great morning, evening, night, wherever you are in this world. Remember, everything's going your way, everything's going my way, everything's always going everybody's way. Have a great day from Ilana Michelson.